The old car rumbled down the highway, filled with laughter and the spirit of adventure. Max, the driver, tapped the steering wheel to the beat of the music. In the passenger seat, Maya navigated, her map spread across her lap. In the back, Liam and Chloe joked, their excitement contagious. This road trip was their chance to escape after a long year. They were headed to Redwood National Park, eager to hike among the giants. The sun began to dip below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of orange and purple. As twilight descended, the carefree mood in the car shifted subtly. The miles seemed to stretch longer, the landscape growing unfamiliar. Maya frowned at the map. "Guys, I think we missed a turn." Max glanced at her, a flicker of annoyance crossing his face. "Are you sure? It's getting late." Liam peered at the map. "There's an old logging road up ahead. Maybe we can take that." Chloe shivered, pulling her jacket tighter. "It looks creepy. Can't we just turn around?" Max, however, was intrigued by the challenge. He steered the car towards the detour, ignoring Chloe's protests. The paved road gave way to gravel, the car bouncing with each bump. The forest pressed in on either side, the trees like silent sentinels in the fading light. A sense of unease settled over the group. Deeper they drove, the forest growing denser. The air turned cold, sending chills down their spines. The music died down, replaced by an eerie silence broken only by the crunch of gravel under the tires. Liam pointed to a weathered sign, its paint peeling. "Danger! Road closed." Max brushed it off. Probably just old, but doubt flickered in his eyes. The wind picked up, rustling the leaves and carrying with it a faint, mournful whisper. Chloe gripped Liam's arm, her eyes wide with fear. "Did you hear that?" she whispered. Liam strained to listen, but the sound was gone. As darkness enveloped the forest, the headlights cut through the gloom, revealing nothing but the endless stretch of road ahead. The air grew thick with an oppressive silence, broken only by their ragged breaths. The car lurched violently, the engine sputtering. Max swore, pumping the gas pedal. "Come on, not now!" The engine coughed its last breath, plunging them into darkness. Fear gnawed at the edges of their forced calm. They were stranded, lost in a place that felt profoundly wrong. The silence was deafening, broken only by the frantic pounding of their hearts. They huddled together in the car, fear a tangible presence. The headlights flickered, casting grotesque shadows that danced and twisted in the darkness. Then, in the distance, a pair of eyes gleamed. The eyes blinked, two glowing embers in the heart of the woods. They watched, unblinking, filled with a malevolence that chilled them to the bone. A low growl rolled through the forest, sending shivers down their spines. The shadow began to move, gliding silently through the trees. It was shapeless, formless, yet undeniably there. Terror tightened its grip on their throats, choking off their breaths. The shadow came closer, its form solidifying. It was tall and gaunt, its skin stretched taut over bones. Its eyes, burning like hot coals, seemed to bore into their souls. A long skeletal hand reached out from the darkness, its fingers tipped with claws. The creature moved with unnatural speed, suddenly upon them. Its breath, cold and fetid, washed over them as it pressed its face against the car window. Its eyes, filled with hunger and malice, held them captive. A scream rose in Chloe's throat, but it died before it could escape her lips. Liam threw his arm around her, his own face pale with terror. Max and Maya were frozen, their eyes locked on the horrifying creature before them. The creature let out a deafening roar, the sound vibrating through their bones. The car shook violently as it pounded on the roof with its fists. They were trapped, with nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. The creature's eyes burned with an unnatural light, its gaze piercing their very souls. It opened its mouth, revealing rows of razor-sharp teeth, and a guttural voice rasped from its throat. "You are mine!" The last thing they saw before the creature shattered the window was its grotesque grin, a promise of a fate too horrible to imagine.